Oh man, we're running out of space for buffs here. There we go. All right. Good morning. I got like 4 hours of sleep. Woke up and was like, okay, let's get back to EverQuest. We're gonna keep working on this Ranger. I got a full set of 65 plus gear ready for him, so once he gets 65, we'll switch over to that. We got a full stream ahead of us. We got our Druid and Enchanter here, so we can drop down our Fellowship Campfire, get us some extra buffs. We're actually casting spells. We're doing Ranger things. Look at us. Oh yeah, we should be good here. Until 50 something at least. Actually, I think at 46 we might move to Sebolus instead, because that's the hot zone for level 50, and I'd really like to do something a little bit different. It's like 38 degrees outside right now. This is the perfect gaming weather. This same dude still selling this Spectral Luclinite Poleaxe. He's been selling it since yesterday and the day before. I almost want to buy it for my Berserker because it's so good. My current weapon he's using is like ratio 22. So that's almost like a whole 30% better. But it just won't do him any good because I don't play him. I spend too much time playing on alts and stuff like that. No invisible guy there. I do need to stop and mem some spells here in a second. But we got Lesson Burning, so gotta be quick. $45. Malate, let's see here. Oh, there we go. It's the damage over time. Swarm of Pain. We got a better damage over time. The problem is like I can't use all of my ranger buffs because I have all my other buffs. Run out of space way too quick. Mm. Mm. Ah, sweet, sweet EXP. Even with this not being a hot zone, Velx is still almost always like the best go-to at this level range. Fizzle, fizzle, fizzle. Well, we might be just skipping right over Sebalus. Oh. Okay, good. We're basically the only ones here now. Roxy Socks. What an interesting bard name. Guys, we'll get better buffs here in just a minute. Let's see here. Hey, what's going on, Pixel? Being a little bit less tipsy this morning. Yep, we're pumping things up with our ranger here. I got a full set of 65 gear set aside for him, so we're good to go. These guys do not like ranger debuffs. Oh man, it's nice. I went to bed just after stream last night at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning or something. Got up like 4.5 hours later. Was ready to go. Group at 116 this morning. It's a little bit slow, but it's moving. Dude, that's really not bad if you think about it. To give you an idea, it took me a week to go from 110 to 115, and then a whole other week to go from 115 to 120 of just straight up grinding. I'm talking like a week of end game time. It's so slow. Yeah, it'll definitely be worth it, man. Once you get all of them to like 120, you're gonna be so set to do anything that you want at 120 by tomorrow. That's badass. Yeah, you'll literally be able to take them through anything. Oh shit, we got triple attack now. Let's go. Fizzle, 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 fizzle. This is so good. My Merc's finally passed me in HP and in stats. My question is, doing the Overseer stuff now with them, is it worth it? It'll definitely help, dude. Especially if you can add that into the little programming where they're doing it automatically. Overseer is almost entirely how Malik, remember Malik from our group? That's almost entirely how he got his SK over the hump of like 110 to 120. Because doing like the daily Overseer quest will give you a good chunk of EXP. So if you're throwing that in the mix, it'll help. Not to mention with the Overseer Tectahedrons, whatever they're called, you can buy some really cool stuff in Planet Knowledge. You know, like the Burtox hammer, like the glowing green hammer with spikes. You can get that like as an ornament. I think you can even get some gear. It's some pretty cool cosmetics and stuff as well through Overseer. But it's really good EXP. And it doesn't really seem like it's going away anytime soon, so if anything, I'm sure it's just going to keep getting added into. Hell yeah, 47. We can get the big boy buffs now. We'll drop down here in a second and get our higher level buffs. Let's see here. Regeneration. Voice of Quellius. Balance quickening. Oh, helps if I turn attack on. Gimme buffs, gimme buffs, gimme buffs. Big boy haste, regen, damage shield, HP buffs. There we go. This guy invisible right here? There we go. We're good now. We're really good now. I almost want to move up past the dogs, but it's such a pain in the butt. Hmm. Got about 15 minutes left on lesson. Yeah, I almost feel like it wouldn't be worth going to Sebalus now since it's a level 50 hot zone. Might be best just to move straight to like Plane of Innovation from here. Oh, come on. At least my Conjuration is going up like every single spell cast now. Alright, let's... we got respawns down here, so let's just go back down. Whoop. Where we get our campfire buff and everything down here. Haha, bald, yep. Yeah, for some reason, like, going to any illusion from Draken just immediately makes your character bald. Hey, what's going on, Beard? What weapons are you using? We are using Mace of the Ancients and Equipenus. The ornaments are the Lorien Song weapon ornaments. How you doing, Beard? Let's see here. Should be some repops over here. There we go. Got my got me some shiny brass shield. Dude, nice. That's awesome, though, man. Overpowered go solo Mr. Emperor Crush now. Let's see if any more of these arrows are for sale. Ooh. There's only 100 of them. I would burn through those really quick. I need someone to sell like 1,000 of those, so I can go back to using a bow and arrow for a little bit. Actually, no. Once we hit 59, we'll have endless quivers, so just need a few more levels and an endless quiver. Yep. Ethos, me and you are on the same mindset, man. Once we get to, yep, 59, we'll get endless quiver. Then it won't matter. We got a really good bow waiting for us as well. Come on, Mr. Invisible. Go. Yeah, I was going to move down to Sebelis, but honestly, by the time lesson wears off, we're going to be probably like level 50, and there's really just not much point to being there at level 50. It's a hot zone, so it'll be nice EXP, but I think we'd be better off just moving to like the 55 hot zone. Fizzle. It always fizzles at the most inconvenient time. We'll get these damn spellcasting abilities up. We're also going to have to stop and get our spells up to level 65. This zone is so good, man. Doesn't matter if it's on Oakwind, doesn't matter if it's on P99, doesn't matter if it's on Live, even if it's not a hot zone. Velx is just always so damn good. Yeah, I like Velx, yeah. The aesthetic, the environment, the monsters. Okay, let me rephrase that. I like everything except for the kobolds. The kobolds can just piss off. Especially the healers. Oh, I like this song. That's nice. Where? These guys all invisible over here or something? Yes, they are. I just need to stop using this white dragon helm and use the crown of King Tranix. I'm sure I've got one somewhere. Not Tranix. What is it? The one from what's his name? Tormax. Gotta start making sure I keep like true sight on for these lobies. At this point, I think the only spellcasting abilities they're going to be lacking is Abjuration and Divination, and I can pump a whole bunch of points into those. Or at least Abjuration we can pump out. Divination we can practice real easily. There we go. No, there's someone here. The level 40 druid. Somebody's in the same mindset as me. That's fine. We're gonna leave here pretty soon anyways. Heal for another 4 minutes. Get our lesson in. Trying to think of where I should go and try and go to group up. What level are you now, Beard? Go back to Unrest. I said, yeah, Unrest seems like a pretty steady place to go. 15. I mean, that seems like the perfect spot for Unrest, and I'm sure it's popular. Since it's just classic, it really feels like Unrest is still the best bet. I don't know if has Secrets talked about like messing with the Zim at all? Have they decided to make the Zims different for different zones, or have they kept that pretty close to their chest? Because honestly, if I was doing a server like that, I would shake up the Zim so much. I would make a lot of the unpopular, uncommon zones, I'd make them have like a really high Zim. Zayd released it in one of his streams. I think it's a little altered, but pretty close to the original. Ah, okay. That's fair then. I would go out of my way to encourage players to go to uncommon zones. Gates of Discord and Buried Sea Zim. Interesting. Really interesting. Also, good morning, coffee. Yeah, that's a really interesting decision. Because I guess by then, they're encouraging people. Absolute sarcasm, I hate those zones. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's funny. I was like, wait a second. That's like a really interesting classic Zim to go with. Yeah. Yeah, we really want to encourage people to level in Gates of Discord, so everything hits like a truck. So good luck, solo players. There were like 3 different players in my chat last night when I was streaming talking about how difficult the game was because the game kept directing them to high level, really hard content, and they're like beginners to the utmost degree. That's really frustrating. I wish the game like knew that whenever you have a new account that it just directed you to like the easiest content. Holy crap, it will run Overseer concurrent with the grind plugin. That's how it's done, Pixel. Honestly, they kind of do that. Their current rotations for hot zones always makes me sad. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. It should never, ever once encourage a player to go to a Gates of Discord zone unless they're geared out like I am. And even still, like I could go to Gates of Discord and show you guys, my gold status mercenary will just get obliterated. There's no reason to recommend going to those zones. It should always pick the lowest possible HP enemies. Or hot zones should simply just make the enemies easier. In addition to, level 50. Or a hot zone should just innately make enemies easier and give them twice as much EXP. Like, oh, it's Gates of Discord. Okay, these normally level 65 enemies are now level 55, and they give twice as much EXP. But like Riwi and Barandu in those zones and stuff like that, everything's stacked on top of each other, and they hit like trucks. Like some of the tiny little buildings and towers in Gates of Discord zones just have 5 or 6 enemies stacked on top of each other. They do the same thing with pretty much any expansion with no level cap increase. They have a really bad problem of... Oh, hello, person. Oh, I like your mercenary. That's cool. I need that mercenary. Okay, we're level 50 and lesson wore off, so we're going to mem our spells here. And we're going to go somewhere else. Let's see here. Force of Nature. Oh, that's cool. Oh. Excuse me, sorry. I tried to mute, but I wasn't able to mute fast enough. Okay, yeah, let's get out of here. We're gonna go... That shit is going around? Yeah. It really is, man. I really want to be like, oh no, I'm sick. I need a week off work, please. And just so happen to stream the entire week. I need to make sure it coincides with the Extra Life bonuses that are going to be happening in November. That way I have a whole week of like uninterrupted 200% EXP gain. Okay, where are we gonna go? Let's follow you. Okay, let's go check out to see what the 55 and 60 hot zone is. I got that whole sore throat, cough, shitty feeling 2 weeks ago. I swear it was COVID, but I tested negative 3 times. Man, I almost never believe the COVID test. Not to sound like a COVID denier or anything like that, I just don't believe the test because if I feel like complete and utter shit and everything else comes back negative, I'm probably going to blame it on COVID. Especially if suddenly everyone else is sick around me. Sebalus, let's see here. I know this sounds mostly coat, but is there any way to enjoy the live game in alternate style without boxing? It really depends on what you enjoy, then. Oh, the deep. Blackfeather Roost, we are not doing Blackfeather Roost. It almost would be worth it to go to the deep instead, but that's so far into the game. So we're not going to do the deep. I think we're just going to hit, like, Plane of Innovation. Yeah, we're going to hit POI, and from POI we can go on to where we need to. Coffee, man, it really depends on what you enjoy as far as the game is concerned. Progression, eventually hitting cap and playing current content. What's boxing? Lol. Okay. So, the easiest way that I can recommend hitting the current content that you probably want to end up hitting without having to box is power level a character up to max, gear out that character, and then you can run that character through whatever content you want. I don't mean that as like a way of paying for like pay to play or anything like that, but unfortunately that's really the easiest way for a lot of people to be able to enjoy the content. Power level 1 character up to like max 120 right now. Get a really good set of twink gear, and then you can take that character through basically any content that you want. kind of what I was thinking. Yeah. That's honestly, that's one of the things I did whenever I came back. At the time, I had basically a couple of useless accounts. Like on my druid's account here that you see behind me, I had like a level 77 warrior, a 75 monk. I had a 65 druid. So I power leveled up my druid to 120 and not 120. I think it was 115 at the time. And I used all of my druid's buffs to help level my other characters. Oh, I don't know why I'm trying to go over here. And that really helped me more than anything. So I wasn't really boxing per se, but I was just using my druid's buffs to help level my other characters. I was eventually able to get my rogue up to 115. Maybe my only choice when the EXP bonuses kick in. It really will help. One of the hardest parts of the game these days is getting through the content that is built to be difficult. And every single expansion where there is no level cap increase, the content is innately 3 times harder than it needs to be. Like Plausivition, content, all of those zones that like there's no level caps for some reason or another. All of those zones are just ridiculously hard. How much time investment is it going to be to go solo from 1 to 120? Months. These guys right here, this guild, Emerald Alliance Reborn, this is the guild that I joined back, and they helped me get up to max. It's a huge amount of people. There are so many people in that guild. They helped me immensely. And I don't mean that in like any stretch of the amount, like any sense of sarcasm. They really helped a lot. They gave lots of advice. One of the things that one of the guys recommended to me was, again, to power level a character. Get a character super high level. Assuming that alliances collect. No. That's actually just the name of the guild is all. Yeah, that's just the name of the guild is all. Emerald Alliance of Fear and Abbey. It's big enough to be a collection of guilds because it's like the biggest guild on the server. At the time, they were Emerald Alliance of FB. I don't know if like they imploded or they had a guild issue or something like that, but about a year and a half ago, I think they all moved from Emerald Alliance of FB to Emerald Alliance Reborn. But yeah, it was worth it. May need to pop a tell to them sometimes and decide to try again. Going without a guild is rough. Yeah, going without a guild, especially, like, number one, you need people to talk to, man. EverQuest is like a social chat box that's a game and as well. If you don't have people to talk to in the game, it'll get really boring really quick unless you just don't like talking to people. I'm really not a huge fan of socializing in video games, but with a game like EverQuest, it's so beneficial to have people to chat with and talk to. You'll find people to group with. You might find somebody who's just bored with the game and they just want to come power level you or something. There's so many benefits to talking to people in this game. Here, let's pop a potion. Let's see here. Yeah, there's just so many benefits to playing with and talking to people in this game, though. Oh, you know, I didn't redo any of my buffs. Let's do that real quick. All these buffs that just get better and better as we get higher level. Look, anybody power level 90 plus, one of the first things in general chat. See, people are looking. All right, let's switch back over to Wood Elf here. Got our Fellowship Fire. We're good to go. You're about to gotta take care of the pets. All right, no worries, man. Just half a level and we get our first batch of AAs. 51's the first set of offensive, 55's the first set of defensive, 59's back to offensive, and then 60 plus we just get a mixture of everything. Yep, we're at the point where the EXP is going to start slowing down big chunks at a time. I'd almost say that Vexar would be a really good place to go, because we could fight until 60 at Vexar. It's just all the way out in the middle of nowhere. What class do you recommend as a first 120? I have my mage at 100, but not opposed to changing, especially when Lorian's Song comes out. So it really depends. Like, if you want a power level class at 120, mage is probably a good idea for the damage shield, or druid is a good idea for their damage shields and their buffs as well. Druids have an AA called Wrath of the Wild that they end up getting in higher levels that gives you a massive damage shield you can cast on a level 1 character that's like 17,000 damage. And the higher levels of it end up boosting it up to almost 30,000 damage. That's like one of the easiest ways to power level. It's like a 10-hit damage shield that you can cast every 2 minutes on a character. So you can either put it on a mercenary or a low-level character, and you can use that to power level another character. Mage would also be really good for pets, because if you have a mage pet, if you have a mage at 120, and you're using like an enhanced minion 30 or 31 earring, that mage pet is damn near unkillable. So you could also use a level 120 mage to power level any character that's level 90 plus. Because it's a 30 level gap, so once you get a character to 90, you can use that mage to get that character over the hump of 90 to 120. And mages are super easy. I don't even really consider them to be like a hard class to box, which is good because 85 plus things slow to a crawl. Exactly. A 51 first set of AAs. So realistically, dude, if you could get even just a mage and a druid on a different account, power level to 120, you could use that mage pet to do the bulk of the dirty work for you in higher levels, and that druid can do the bulk of the dirty work in the lower levels. So between the two, you've suddenly got a beast of a power level machine. You got your druid to help you get through 1 to like 85, And then 85 to 90 is a little bit difficult because, again, you don't really have anybody you can group with at max level. But once you hit 90, you can group with 120s. Of course, it's going to go up soon because the cap's going to go up to 125. So you'll have to be 95 to group with those people. Good to know. Yeah, no problem. I hope it helps, man, because I try to tell people, like, EverQuest in general can be super overwhelming around that level range, especially if you're not used to it. But if you have a character at max level with decent gear, you can make it so much easier to do the content that you want to do, and then you have a character to cut through the content you don't want to do. But that's what keeps me having fun with this game, because, you know, I have a few characters at 120, so if I want to, I can hit some old school raid content and I can have a good time with that. Or if I want to farm out a whole bunch of items, I can do that, and power level, low level characters. So at any given point on FB, I can do basically whatever I want to. As soon as I talked about Vexar a minute ago, I'm sitting here thinking, like, man, it would probably be a good idea just to go to Vexar. So we can level until 57 from there and then just go straight to Plane of Tactics. Vexar is like the best zone. It's a fucking awesome zone, man. It's so good. Even when it's not a hot zone, Vexar and Paw, yep. Even when it's not a hot zone, it's just such a good place to go. It kind of sucks because it's such a widespread zone that taking 3 characters, I'll have to, like, individually finagle my way through to get to the high-end content in the back. But it's really good from, like, 54 to 57. Otherwise, I can start cheating, I guess, and I can start dropping my high-level damage shield on my mercenary. And just letting stuff fall over dead. But we'll save that for the difficult levels. Merc, you gonna do do your thing, buddy? Like, what the hell? I love the pathing in this zone. Are the other group still here in AFK? Yeah, they're still AFK. Resist? What a dick. Yeah, we'll be good here for another couple of levels. I guess if we need to, we could stay here until 55 and then just go to, like, Plane of Valor or something. Could suffer through Plane of Valor real quick for a couple of power levels, get to 57, and then we can go to Plane of Tactics. Mm. The 52. What's going to be nice is after 65, we're going to be powerful enough to switch back to soloing for a little bit. Not having to use our mercenary. Got some crazy weapon boosts ready for us at 65. Come on, Merc, do your thing, buddy. Or just spaz out right there, that's fine too. Hey, what's up, Ominous? How you doing? You guys have gotten 3 streams from me this weekend so far. It's a special occasion. I say that, but it's mostly just because I couldn't sleep. Right after I ended stream last night, I laid in bed, and I think I got like 4.5 hours of sleep. It's like, you know what? How about some more EverQuest? So much lurking potential. Oh yeah, man, I slept like a champ. Yeah, Beard, you had a big weekend, man. You just played EverQuest all weekend. What's not to love? So when we seen a Zerker, I did a Zerker last weekend, I think, but I can always do another one. I got my Berserker from 1 to 75 in a single stream. So at it again today too. Hell yeah, dude! Full EverQuest days are glorious days. You know why you slept so good, dude? It was all the bad food that you ate. So your body was like, you know what? Now it's time for a good nap. Damn, I missed it. It should still be in the VODs, but like I said, I don't mind doing it again. Circle's still sitting there. Everyone else, yeah. I mean, we could always do 2 or 3 people at Zerkers as well and see how far we can get. I bet at like 3 level 30 Zerkers, I bet we could take Nagafen with those axes. Because by then we'll have high enough offense and throwing skill that we could probably have a real good time with it. Farmed an ornate pattern to make those legs with the throwing mod on them. Nice. That's a good idea, actually. Get the extra 10% throwing damage. I'm sure I can actually find those for sale, too. I say for sale, but I could literally just be an unlazy asshole for once and farm it. Zerker, level 1, stat, HP, legs. No, there's actually none for sale. So yeah, I mean, it's just the ornate legs, right? Because that shouldn't be hard. I mean, shit, just running like Soul Row Tower, like we did with the bosses. They were all dropping ornate patterns. There's so little to do in the game. I like when I find something to go farm for our ults. Yeah, buddy. Man, it is frigid right now. I might actually have to go get a blanket. It's like 36 degrees outside right now. Oh, good old Castlevania. There we go. Stop resisting, damn it. It's funny you mentioned Soul Row Tower. That's where I got mine to drop. Yeah, dude, Soul Row Tower was like the place to farm that stuff back in the day. That was always what was so awesome about that zone, is if you were there in a group, you had random drop chances for ornate patterns to drop. I love cheating with that damage shield. That's so nice. Boom, 11,000. Literally just looks like my Merc runs at them and they die. Good way to get a quick level in. Oh, we need to drop another. Oh, never mind. We're back to our campfire buff. Let's see. Damn it. Campfire buff gone again. Fellowship, destroy camp. There we go. Buffs are from that campfire are just too good to miss out on. Can you stop teleporting, please? Good old EverQuest AI. Cool. One more level and we can just go to Plane of Valor. Need to do a stream where you go to the most out-of-the-way zones to level. Something stupid like Surefall Glades or Lake Wraith. Oh my god. Dude, fucking Wraith Mountains would be awesome. Imagine also like the platinum grind at that level too. Which zone is this? This is Plane of Innovation. It's like one of the tier 1 planes of power zones. That's a good idea though, Ominous. Go to the absolute worst places to level. Stone Brunt, I don't think anyone has ever zoned in there in decades. Yeah, Jesus. There are so many zones that we can go to. The best way to start it off would be to start off in, like, Aruden. Because who the hell starts there at all these days? Stone Brunt. There are so many zones that we can go to that are just so out of the way and worthless zones. Don't think I've ever seen you make an erudite. Yeah, I've never really made one. Whenever I play in a like an erudite, if I do, I always do it with the old school graphics on because I think they just look a lot cooler. I would probably do like An erudite paladin? Yeah, the giant. Oh. Okay, we're not gonna mess with the level 70 raid mob. Engineer epic mob, yeah. Yeah, we're not gonna mess with him. I just can't get click happy. Yeah, I prefer the old erudite model, so I'd probably do like an erudite paladin. And as like a rite of passage, I would have to level him and go through like the entire paladin epic as well. Because like the old school erudites with the paladin epics just look fucking phenomenal. Boom. I jumped almost 1,000 HP from all those AAs as well. That's why I love all those defensives. EQ2 erudites are the best. You know, I don't even remember what they look like. It's been so long. Now that our conjuration's finally up to par. That's a good idea, man. I'll have to think about that. I'd have to put like a whole stream plan together of places to go. It would be really difficult not to go to like my typical places because the EXP would slow down. Like, okay, it would probably start out in like the Karanas. I want to make a Mike Tyson model and watch him beat the shit out of mobs. We would probably go through like the Karanas and places like that. As much as I love those zones, they would just be horrible EXP because everything is so far spread out. Erudite Monk provided Lorien Song works the way people are assuming. I'm going to keep all of my assumptions in check about it because in the beta forums, I don't know how many people watching are a part of the beta forums, but the devs posted a whole thread of like, okay, post your questions for alternate personas and we'll make a big post about it next week. And next week is this coming week. So we're going to know very soon at least a good chunk of information. And I'll probably just go over it over stream. Very interested in their response. Yeah, same. I think they're doing it this way because they want to let people know about stuff better than the first to encounter system. Because whenever first to encounter was first not announced, they basically said, okay, here's a little bit of information, that's it, good luck. And then everyone's assumptions just ran wild. So now I think that they're just gonna ask people what their questions are and then post direct responses to those questions. Which I think makes a whole lot more sense. At least that way, if people are upset, they're upset about accurate information and not just upset about a whole bunch of assumptions. At least I think that's a good idea, personally. But I'm really interested. Really, really, really interested. Thought Rangers were just playing with string and sticks of wood. I mean, you're not wrong. I just got shiny sticks of wood. I'm a role-playing ranger. I'm role-playing that I'm not dying all the time. Realistically, the best way to end the stream would be to go to Plane of Fear and then take Kazakh Touch and die. And that would be the true roleplay ending to a ranger. You there, ranger. You're useless. Go take the Kazakh Touch. You're playing a magician, you haven't used your bow at all, just spells. I haven't been using my bow because I'm worried about running out of these really expensive arrows. At 59, I'm going to get Endless Quiver, and I'll actually be able to use that bow, the bow and arrow, a whole lot more. I'm just honestly holding off until 59, because I don't want to lose these arrows. Because each one of these arrows sells for, like, over 1,000 platinum apiece. And I don't want to like, nobody really sells them anymore. It's a shame they never put EverQuest 2. I guess it was too good. Yeah. One more level and we're going to go to Tactics. 3 more to go. Yep. And once we're in Tactics, we'll be good for quite a while. Okay, let's speed things up just a little bit. I love Merc pathing. Ooh. Get him, pet. Get him. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to dismiss my Merc here in a second, and then just put that damage shield on me. That way I'm getting like an extra 30% EXP. I think we're wrapping our way back around to... Oh yeah, we're wrapping our way back around to Planet Tranquility here. Who needs a Merc? Not me. Clearly. Clearly not me. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let me click the other one, damn it. Brand new EverQuest player here. Want to see how others play the game? Though another newbie sounded good. Seems like you're not a newbie anymore. Not necessarily, no. I just refer to myself as a newbie compared to the actual hardcore players. How you doing, crazy? Yes, it's kind of unfair for me to call myself a noob, comparatively speaking. If you're referring yourself as a newbie, I'm a stone then. Just years of practice have made me a little bit less of a noob, but it still doesn't change the fact that I am a noob. Does that make sense? Just left tutorial after 8 hours yesterday. He's a potato, yeah. So you having a good time then, crazy? If you're a brand new EverQuest player, like what made you want to start the game? Was confused when I saw your title, yeah. I'm a practiced noob, let's just put it that way. There's 57. Boom, boom, boom. Now we're just clearing the way to the end, the ending. So we can zone out. That's interesting, though. Another new EverQuest player. Did a lot of Tibia and Ultima Online lately and stumbled over Josh Tribe's video regarding EverQuest, and I thought, what can go wrong? Yep. I knew that his video content was going to bring... I knew it was going to bring an influx of new players. I'm glad it made you want to try the game, as opposed to make you run away for dear life. Because this video said a lot of very unpositive things about the game. Even with all that misinformation. I was worried more than anything it was gonna, like, take the few players who would have tried the game and just, like, have them run away. Honestly, I'm more into retro than modern MMOs, and what information I'm referring to is 3-hour live stream of EverQuest. Oh, you actually saw his live stream, not the actual video. Gotcha. Because I know he had done a few videos on EverQuest in the past as well, which is why I was kind of surprised to see him do another video on it. But that's cool. I didn't realize he actually streamed it as well. Most of his videos and content I really, really enjoy, but he put a video out recently about like what EverQuest shape is in, like the shape EverQuest is in 2023, and a lot of the content I really disagree with, a lot of what he said, just because it was complete lack of experience. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Didn't see it yet. Yeah. He does have some very valid points talking about, like, if you're a brand new EverQuest player these days and you're coming into EverQuest, like, there's not really any guide or pathway to get you to the end game. He is right that it is very difficult coming in and not socializing and not playing with other people. But EverQuest is such a social game that if you come in and you're not talking to people, you're not asking for help, you're not asking for like answers or anything, it can literally just give you the completely wrong idea of the game. And I also said this before and I'll say it again, but EverQuest is a 25-year-old game at this point, and putting 100 hours into the game is not going to give you the right impression. If anything, it'll just completely turn you away. Enjoyed the new player channel on FE? Awesome. I'm glad it helped you. Some people can be buttheads in that channel, but what are you telling me, an MMO and you have to play with other people? Exactly, right? Yeah, I came from Ultima Online and Tibia, so nothing's gonna scare me, yeah. And he was on Antonius Bale, that could be the biggest downfall of his... Oh. Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, starting on a dead server is gonna give anybody the wrong impression. He only shown 5 to 10% of the game. I'd say 5% is really generous. A good chunk of what he showed was like the hero's journey, which not really many people do, and the tutorial. Oh, you mean the dead server? I made my first character there. Bad experience? Yeah. Yeah. What is this MMO aspect that you're referring to? I play single player. Yeah. I try not to be the guy that's like, oh, this video is horrible and it's all just bad information, but there was definitely some things that could have been improved upon, let's just put it that way, if he had collaborated with somebody else, or at least made some really good, experienced friends. I asked a question and got blamed, made a Google research, and everyone said to... Yeah. This game has a loading screen? What the hell? Yeah. This isn't World of Warcraft. Gosh. Here, I'm gonna go buy some new spells real quick. Let's go buy spells and shit, because I only have stuff up to level 50, and I gotta make sure I'm getting proper spells. Yeah, game has loading screen. Must be bad. Nice loading simulator. This is actually my roleplay chatterbait simulator. Thank you. It's just like Final Fantasy XIV with just nothing but role-playing bunny boys and cat chicks. What EverQuest reminds me of? WoW 2004. Yeah, yeah. Good old World of Warcraft 2004. That is the one thing that I really haven't gotten behind is like all the classic hardcore World of Warcraft stuff. I respect my time too much to play a hardcore character. Of course, I say that as I'm playing characters and then getting them to max level and deleting them. Just disregard that statement, but I just respect my time way too much to do that. What he should have done was contact a few well-known EverQuest YouTubers and set up a playthrough. That's what I was saying, Pass. He really should have just, like, met a few people who have experience and befriended them and gone through the content that way. WoW died for me after Burning Crusade released. Kinda didn't like it anymore. Damn, that's old school. That's really old school. Wow. A lot of people feel that everything after Wrath of the Lich King was bad. That's the general consensus that I get, at least. Wait, where's the other guy? I want 65. Oh, here we go. Yeah, a whole lot of people that I've talked to, or at least seen talk about the game, talk about how much they don't like the game after Wrath of the Lich King. After Burning Crusade, I started with RuneScape again. Old school RuneScape. I liked it up to Wrath of the Lich King. See, my favorite expansion, which upsets a lot of people, I guess, is Cataclysm. That's when I played the most. I fucking loved Cataclysm. Getting the pets turned into straightening up the kitchen. Do you have undiagnosed ADHD, sir? Here, I'm just gonna get spells up to level 70, because I'm sure we'll get to 70. Quite possibly. Any of my buddies that have ADHD, whenever they're talking about doing one thing, it literally is just a pathway into like 15 other things. I understand why he didn't, though. If you play with well-known content creators, the creators obviously love the game. We wouldn't have an authentic new player experience. I got you. I wasn't necessarily saying that he should do it to change the mind of people, but it would be a different perspective. Because all I was saying is that EverQuest, it would have been nice if it was more of an open player perspective. We're like, hey, the new player experience can be very tough. But if you actually develop friendships or a community in the game and you stick with it, it does get a lot better. I think the video would have just benefited with even a small statement like that. But yes, he also would have given better information. Was he right about the fact that there's basically no good guides? Absolutely. Still doing this today with our dogs. Yeah, I just think it would have benefited a lot to have the extra knowledge and proper information. Not going hard on Quarm? Oh, no. Oh, no. I love Quarm. It's cool. It's awesome to see the old school classic EverQuest. I do not have that time. I like, not to sound like a zoomer, but I like getting at least fast enough results that I don't get bored with the game. Damn visual glitch. If I'm playing a game and I end up getting to the point to where I'm just not feeling like I'm getting quick enough results, especially a game like this, oh man, I'm out. As a new player who finished the tutorial, what would be the next step? People's told me getting into a guild. Not sure there are any on F here and are doing quests solo. Yes, the next step would be to join a guild. And like the biggest, most popular server on Fear V is called Emerald Alliance Reborn. They're super active. There's tons of people that play. And there's tons of people of all level ranges that play as well. So